Hey guys, welcome to another yarn stash video. I have not done one in a while, but we did make it up to Roanoke to Yarn Explosion this past weekend, and I wanted to share it with you. And this is my stash, and all of this totaled about 80 bucks with a savings of 30. Yarn Explosion, of course, is located in Roanoke. It's in the area of Salem and Roanoke, Virginia. So, anyway, so we'll get started. I've got 3 rolls here. This is actually bamboo. Now, this was in what they always have in their 40% room. You see the price? This is bamboo. This is real bamboo. It's $2.50 a roll. Okay? I got 3 rolls, and it's sort of like a, I don't know, an Albany red. It's really pretty. So I got enough to make at least one item. They have a $2.50 basket all the time. And they know me because I'll come and raid that basket before I do anything else. Okay? Then I also bought 2, and some of these I'm not sure how to pronounce, Flores. The strands are really different. They're a little bit more coarser. So I've gotten a couple of these before. Really haven't used them yet, but they're beautiful to look at. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them singly or if I'm going to mix them. But they were also in the $2.50 rack, so you can't beat that. So I got it in blue and black, and my daughter Emily actually bought me some yarn too. She's always buying me yarn, so she said, "Mama, you got to get some yarn. I'm going to buy it for you, so if you don't tell me what you want, I'm buying it anyway." So these were 2 that she got. Okay, and then I have this one. This one's called Cabin Fever. It's cotton tweed, and it was also in the $2.50 box. And I think I had one like this before that I got there. It almost has the feel of, well, of course, because it is 45% cotton. It feels like the sugar and cream yarns, and it's tweed, so it's got some specks in it, and there is a good amount in this. 250 yards to be exact, so that's a good honest roll there. And then the next one, I think I bought one of these and Emily bought one. Solstice. This is 70% organic cotton and 30% wool, and it's like in a what I would call a purpley blue. It's not navy blue, but it's like a purpley blue. So I got 2 of those. There is, let's see, 100 yards in each. So that's a combination of 200 yards there. Okay. And then in the next section, I got a teal, which of course is one of my favorite colors. And this is kind of a reddish brown. Not sure of the color, but these are the yarns that are made in Peru, and each one of them has 137 yards in it. And this is the card. It's Tupa, and it's merino, wool, and silk mix, so it's super soft and shiny from, of course, the silk. But it's just beautiful, and you can see this has a hint of red in it. So I thought these 2, if I choose to do something together with them, they would match. But if I choose to do them separately, there's enough in there for me to make at least a hat out of. So we'll see what comes out of that. I'm not really sure. I didn't get the paper with this one because the paper was missing. But it's super soft. And it's sort of like a tweed. And it reminds me of a different colored peppermint candy stick. But it's a hefty ball of yarn. It has quite a bit of yarn on it. And I just fell in love with the color coordination, and it was the only one they had, and I cannot remember what it was because, honestly, I didn't look on the others beside it, but all I know is I wanted it, so anyway, I liked it. It's super cool. And we got this, which is by Cascade Yarns, which is one of my favorite. This is 100% wool, made in Peru, and it was also in the 40% room, so I got this whole roll for $6.20 for 100% cotton, not cotton, but wool. Trying to see how many yards is on it. There is 220 yards, so That is a really good amount for that spool. And it is a straight brown. So, and I enjoy working with straight wool, so I always try to get some of that when I go. Now this one is a little different, by Kudo, Plymouth Yarns. It's by Plymouth Yarns, I'm sorry, and the name is Kudo. But it's like a tweed. It's different pinks, reds, blacks, grays. It's tweeded, but it's also like color changing on its own. And this my daughter Emily picked out because she wanted me to make her a special hat out of. So again, Plymouth Yarns is one of my favorite yarn companies. It's 55% cotton, 40% rayon, 5% silk, and there's 198 yards in this. So there's a good amount in this to make her a really nice hat. So I will get to that soon. Okay, and then Emily also got me 2 of what's called the Tinkerbells. These were in the baby room. And their wonderful sale that they had this weekend was everything in the entire shop was 20% off. And then you had some that was 40% off. And then you had baskets that were 50% off. And I'm not really sure which one this was, but she got one for a boy, which is the black and the white. She got one for a little girl, which is purple and green. And they're super soft. You see the strands, how they get poofy and kind of mixed with another thread there. But they're called Tinkerbell, and there's 50 grams in each ball. So good for a pair of booties or socks. It's acrylic and nylon, so these are very soft. So Emily bought me some in pairs. And some of my favorite ones are these little guys. Look how tiny these are. I hold it in my hand as opposed to even the small, little bitty small bamboo packs. Look how little they are. They're little, super tiny, and compared to a regular ball of yarn, that's how big they are. But they're a new carry yarn that they have by Regia. It's called My First. And these are specially made, and you see how thin these are. These are super fine for like baby booties and baby socks. So she again got me one for boys, one for girls. And as far as there's 115 yards in each one of these, so I speculate I should at least get, depending on the stitch of the booty or whatever, I can get a good pair of booties out of both of those. So, you know, if that's what I choose to do with them, but they're really tiny and they were super cute, so I had to have them. Okay, now the last of my collection were these. These were my favorite pick of the weekend. So every time I go, I always have a favorite pick. And it was these by Universal Yarns. It's classic worsted tapestry. Now they come in these super-sized balls, and you see the size of my hand. It doesn't even fit in my hand, so these were good buys. They have, let's see if I can, it's 75% acrylic, 25% wool, 197 yards in each one of these. Made in Turkey by Universal Yarns. So these are very, very beautiful. I got the only 2 in like the candy cane striped red they had, and then this is my favorite. They only had 1, but I got the last one they had. It like has either you can classify it as burnt orange or like a salmony color, and then it has a couple different shades of teal, which is my absolute favorite, and then sort of like a brownish olive. So again, enough in this ball on its own to make something nice. Okay guys, this was my collection this time. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit more about the Yarn Explosion store. I will put their website link below, and if any of you actually live in the Virginia areas, in the Pennsylvania area, South Carolina, it's really not, you know, a bad thing to add this to a stop. If you're going on vacation, you're coming through Carolina, Virginia, I would definitely encourage you to look up Yarn Explosion and make a trip out there, because the ladies are super nice, and they do know me personally by now, so And they do ask me as I come and visit. Hi, Dora. They do ask me as I come and visit, you know, to mention their sales. So, their sale ended this time. It ended Saturday or Sunday, one. So, they always have their 40% room. Their patterns, which were the individual patterns and some of their pattern books, they had 50% off. So that's a good deal, but I didn't get any of those this trip because had I sat there and looked through everything that they had, I'd have been there all day and my husband would have skinned me alive. But, so anyways, check Yarn Explosion out. And also keep in mind that if you're planning a trip to come through the area, please look them up and give them a try. They have lots of beautiful work displayed in their store and lots of new yarns. And they are changing some yarns over. That's why their sale was so big. They will be trading out yarns, taking out some of the old and putting in new seasonal yarns for the fall. So if you do happen to be going through, just make a conscious effort to stop by. And if you do that, let them know that Stitch and Stacy sent you. Some of the older ladies may not remember me by that name, but just let them know that I was the one who came in and filmed their store and put it on YouTube, and they'll know me right off the bat. Okay? Oh, and also they have a rewards program for, I can't ever remember, every so much that you spend and you work up to it, you get like so much off of your next order once all of your little spots are filled up or something like that. Anyway, don't quote me. I think it's like $25 off or a gift certificate or something like that after you've spent so much money. But anyway, look it up on their website or call them about it and they can tell you about it in the stores. Okay guys, long enough video here. My cat is getting antsy. She keeps jumping from the bed to my chest. And this is Pinky's baby, of course. This was Dora, the little black girl. The little black kitty cat. So anyways guys, happy hooking and I will see you on the next video.